I definitely needed a palate cleanser, and The Weight of Blood did exactly what it needed to do. Hey guys, happy Thursday. So I just wrapped up the winter devotional, so excuse me if you see the same clothes on. I just wanted to come in and give a quick review on The Weight of Blood by Tiffany D. Jackson, guys. I've been talking about this book in the past couple of vlogs now. So I just wanted to really come in, just share my final thoughts and all that good stuff. This video will not be long because, yeah, I read the synopsis, guys. Basically, it is a smart and unsettling retelling of Carrie. That's one of the blurs by ALA Booklist. Brilliant book page. Explosive SLJ. Kills It BCCB. Bone Chilling Publishers Weekly. Yeah, that's just some of the few blurbs. Some of the comments on the back with the synopsis. So guys, Madison Washington was the main character. She was the one that had discovered powers in the book. It is basically, if you are familiar with the story Carrie, it does follow the storyline somewhat. Everything, now there were different things there were things in the book that were obviously different from Carrie. Like everything wasn't exactly the same. Tiffany did add her own spin to the story. Loved it. As far as me, how long it took me to read this book, because when I started it, I think 2 days had went by because I didn't have a chance to read in those 2 days. But overall, as far as like my reading time, it took me about 2 days to complete the book. The book is not, it is kind of thick, but because the storyline was so good, I ate it up. Okay, so it does have 413 pages, but it is very well written. I enjoyed it. And I lied, y'all. Like in the past vlog, I had told y'all that I didn't read anything by Tiffany D. Jackson, but I did. I read that book, Monday's Not Coming, and I had forgot I read that book because I read it years ago. I liked that book too. It was a triggering read because I remember I discussed it with my book buddies, and I think one of my buddies had said that it was triggering for her because of the plot, and I was like, well, maybe no. I think she said she couldn't really get into it, and I think the time that I read the book, something happened in real life similar to the storyline. So I don't know if that influenced Tiffany to like write that particular, I don't know if that was like the reason why she went towards that storyline. I don't know if the book was out before or after, But anyway, I do remember that I enjoyed that book, Monday's Not Coming. So this was my second read by her. I know y'all, I've been seeing reviews of The Scammer. Been seeing mixed reviews on that book. Some of y'all like it. Some of y'all was like, yeah, no. And I do know that she has another book called Grown. One of my book buddies did read that and said she loved it. So I definitely want to read that one as well. And after reading The Weight of Blood, definitely will read something else by Tiffany. Okay, guys. So as far as the characters, it is a YA novel. No spice at all. Like it was a very age appropriate book, especially for the topic. So yeah, all the characters were high school students. Madison is biracial, but she has been passing for white her entire life because and it's basically because of her father. He is the one that forced her, she went through high lengths to keep it a secret, but there is something that happens in the book that exposes, the fact that she is half black. So, and I don't want to spoil it because, yeah, that's one of like the pivot moments in the book. So definitely don't want to spoil it. Basically, y'all know, like in Carrie, Y'all know like in the beginning when she realized she didn't know anything about a menstrual cycle. So when she started bleeding in the shower, she started panicking. And they started like throwing her the tampon, saying, plug it up. Like they're basically bullying her. And you remember like she like kind of crawled up in a ball and she was like crying, and like all the girls were like taunting her and laughing at her. So that particular scene, they do have like a moment in the book that just exposes the storyline even more. Like it does, like, and it's like it's like right in the beginning of the book, guys. Like I say, it was kind of thick, but it was a page turner. I really, really enjoyed this book. And the the ending was the epilogue. It really tied the story together because it will have you thinking like, okay, what happened to some of the character? Like, because I ain't gonna lie, Madison, like, y'all know how Carrie cut up at the prom, at that dance. And baby, Madison, I'm not spoiling anything because it says in the synopsis, like, prom night, she definitely cuts up. She definitely cuts up in her own way. You just got to read it. So basically, guys, in this book, there is still like, okay, so the black and white students, they go to school together, but it's crazy because like they have separate proms. Don't know how they even got away with that, but I guess because, okay, so basically the setting is in this town called Springville, and it's like supposed to be like this very small southern town. So that's probably another reason why they got away with having segregated proms, because I'm like, baby, it's 2026. Like, we still doing that? We still having segregated, But yeah, surprisingly, stuff like that is still going around, guys, unfortunately. So stuff is happening in the book, and one of her classmates, Wendy, which happens to be a white student, she is in a relationship with the black quarterback of the school, the popular guy. He happens to be black. So you got him. He basically everybody ignores Maddie. Maddie is just like, she's like a chameleon. She kind of just blends in, but she's shy, of course. She's very introverted. But when her secret comes out that she is biracial, like, because this whole time everybody thought she was white. So when it comes out that she is black as well, it opens up a whole nother can of worms, guys. So we got that going on. We got like the situation with the two proms going on. And so like they have this idea to integrate the prom. And that's when everything just, a lot happens. I don't want to give too much. I am going to give this book to Stacy because I ended up ordering this because, like I said, my book club buddy, Bree, she recommended this book to me. And in a past vlog, I had went to the Barnes & Nobles and I picked it up. So I've been having this book for like a couple of months now, maybe like a month. I don't know. But I did know after I read it, I did know I wanted to gift this to Stacy because she definitely wants to read this. So this copy will be for her. We have an upcoming book club in a couple of days, so I will be giving her, the book then. But yeah, guys, as far as my rating, y'all know I love me a good thriller. So, and I had read this after The Favorites because I needed a palate cleanser because I wanted to start. Our book club pick of the month is Project Hail Mary, and it's a sci-fi book, and I don't read a lot of sci-fi, but because I had kind of struggled reading The Favorites, I definitely needed a palate cleanser, and The Weight of Blood did exactly what it needed to do. Overall, my overall rating would definitely be a 4.5. So yeah, a 4.5. yeah, it's up. Yeah, my rating is very high with this book. So yeah, guys, would I read something else by Tiffany D. Jackson? Yes. As far as like personal impact, relatable, they did have some characters that were like very annoying in this book, but like as I mentioned, these are high school students, guys, so it was uh a lot of students that were like kind of cruel because they didn't know any better, like ignorant, basically. Was every character unlikable? No, 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 no. They weren't. Maddie, she was likable. The quarterback, his character, what is his name? I can't think of the child's name, y'all. I know his girlfriend's name. Her name was Wendy. Kendrick, but they called him Kenny. I couldn't think of his name. Kendrick was very likable. Like he was a very sweet guy. He basically he was going through his own transformation as well in the book, because he had these set of friends that kind of like, they kind of looked at him like, well, we know you're black, but you're not like the rest of them. Like they had that kind of mindset. So like at first, like he kind of ignored it, but like eventually in the story, he started like speaking up. He started like seeing things, like basically like the veil uncovered like from his eyes. Like he started seeing things, and he was like, okay, this is not right. So he went through like his motions in the book too. So yeah, Madison, she was likable, the main character. Kenny was likable, his sister, I think her name was Jada. She was likable, like I say, but there was some of them I was side-eyeing, I ain't gonna lie. So yeah, guys, definitely will give this book a 4.5. Definitely will recommend it. We'll read something else by Tiffany. Look at my cat. Hey, Socks. So guys, I guess that's my cue to wrap up this video, child. But yeah, I just wanted to come in, share my thoughts, guys. Definitely a page turner. If you like thriller, if you like Carrie, you would definitely love this story. It's basically a retelling, but Tiffany adds her own twist to it. So I would definitely recommend it. So, okay, guys, I will see y'all in the next video with the next book. And yeah, have a great week.